summer travel plans on the horizon. Well, Diane Gottsman is here. She's going to show us the easy way to plan your vacation without stressing you out. Welcome back to San Antonio Living. If you are vacationing this summer, maybe you're about to hit the road or you're packing up for a trip, we've got some important information that will help you travel stress-free. Unless you have my kids in the car, then there's no way getting around that. But since you don't, you'll be fine. Diane Gottsman, our etiquette expert, has got some great information to share this morning. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you.
All right, I looked through these tips, and I'm getting ready to go on a vacation, so I'm going to be checking off all of these, and it's very important you start with a checklist, right?
I'm here for you.
I am so happy.
A checklist is so important, and I have this checklist.
Okay.
This is the checklist I use every time I take a trip. You can find it on my blog, DianeGottsman.com, but really I wrote it for me and you and everybody else because
I love that.
Even though you're a great traveler, it doesn't matter how often you travel, we forget things.
Oh, absolutely.
So just check it off, whatever you need.
Okay.
And you know, that could be anything. What I like to do is I'm a huge proponent of bags.
I know you love the bags.
I'm all
about the baggies.
So here, you know, I like to save money too. So this is $6, $7 versus, you know, a few pennies.
Yes.
And so
I love the Ziplocs. And we're going to get to that because you like to put a lot of things in your bag.
I do.
But let's talk about the suitcase first, because that is something that if you lose that suitcase, you're in big trouble. So you say make sure you identify it.
So that means that, you know, everybody has a black suitcase. And I even have a red one for that purpose. And then there's more red ones out there. So use tags, luggage tags that are bright colored. You know, you can put the ribbons like your grandma does or your mother does. That's fine. But those big long belts that go around that I
those
buy,
are good. Yeah.
I love those. Now, sometimes they don't come back to me, but you know what? Everything you can do to identify your luggage, and then before you take it off the conveyor, check to make sure it's yours.
Oh, yeah. Otherwise, you'll get the wrong bag.
And take a picture of your suitcase before you leave.
Idea. I love that.
Yes, because that way you can identify it.
Okay, let's talk about these baggies now. You say make duplicates. Now, what does that mean to me?
That means that I have a makeup bag at home,
right?
Okay, that I use. It's in my drawer. But everything in that makeup bag goes into a little Ziploc, or, you know, a smaller version of it. And I bring it, and I love this. I'm just going to pick this up. Okay, this looks like a beach bag, and it is. But it can also be a travel bag. And see how it sits up, and you can bend it? So you just drop everything in it.
There.
And so you drop your, this is my travel bag, you know, and it has my Q-tips, my little bitty shampoo.
Sure.
Because what's going to happen is you're going to get lost. I mean, or the luggage is going to get lost. Somebody's going to get lost. And we need to have everything with us if we don't have our luggage. Contact solution, makeup, pajamas. Okay, here we go, another bag.
Extra pair of shoes.
If you get off a plane and you are wearing, you know, flats, you change into your heels to go to your meeting.
Put it in your big bag.
This is a big deal. Okay, chargers, earbuds. For me, reading glasses, highlighter because I'm writing, I'm working. So make sure that goes into your bag.
I'm going to call you the bag lady after this.
I am, and you know what? Okay, I am green. I am literally green today.
Yes.
But I am eco-conscious. So, you know, I use these for a year or more. Okay, so this, I don't say use it and then toss it in the trash.
Okay, I like this. Designate a spot in your home to pack.
Oh, do you do that?
No, because I was like, man, I should start doing that today so that I'm ready when it's time to go.
Take out a suitcase a week in advance, and you're going to say, oh, I'm going to remember this, but you won't. So put pajamas in, you know, you're not going to wear. Put in, you know, some jeans, some slacks, whatever you're going to take, because we all have duplicates of everything. Yeah. So start now. And if you have kids like you and I do, early, because they're going to say, oh, I can do it myself. No, they can't.
No, never let your children pack, ever, never, ever. I thought this was interesting. Make sure you buy your magazines at the airport. Why?
Because we read them. You know, we go through the checkout. I need this for the trip. I need this for the trip. And then, you know, what do we do?
You're at home and then you read.
We're reading. Yeah. Okay. So always make sure. And then once you get there to the airport, make sure you're not buying duplicates.
Oh, yes.
Which I do. I'll go, that looks good. And then I think, this looks familiar to me. So you might need that on your checklist.
I do that with books all the time. I'm like into the third page. I'm like, I already read this book.
I think I know the ending.
I know. Okay. This is another thing. Don't get caught without important phone numbers. So you're taking phone numbers with you in your carry-on.
Every time you travel. make sure that you have the airline, you have the hotline to the air, you know, the apps. You can even get the apps to check when your flights are landing, when they're delayed. Also your hotel, your car service, because when it's delayed and everybody else is scrambling, you can just sit down calmly. You can call the airline from your seat. You can call the hotel because you're going to be delayed perhaps a day. You know, just take care of it.
Okay, you also talk about making sure that things match name-wise. So if you make a reservation in the name of Shelley Miles, you know, don't get confused and tell them the wrong. I do this all the time because I have my actual married last name is Dixon, and I never know who I am half the time.
That's right.
Or what I've made a reservation
and
under.
they can pull you out of line and check. So if your name is Shelley Miles, but then it's you go by Catherine, you know, off camera, which she doesn't.
Hello, I'm Catherine.
So they can take you out, and your kids and your husband are going to be waving goodbye.
That's right. That's right. Okay, what about special requests? If you've got a special request, got to make those in advance.
My daughter is peanut allergic, so I let them know in advance because at least they won't put us next to people who are eating peanuts. I'm not going to say it's going to be a peanut-free flight, but you do as much as you can. You don't wait till you get to the gate and say, oh yeah, you know.
Right.
And then here's something very important. Bring some kind of scarf and bring one for your friend Shelley Miles.
That's nice of you.
Yes, because you know what? You get cold and you put one over your shoulders. You use one as a pillow. And these are much thinner than sweaters, so they're easy to travel.
Easy. They pack nicely. You've got a couple of little things
Notice
here that
they're
you
not in a
have.
bag.
No. Wrinkle release. I love that. That's so important to take with you.
I can't travel without my wrinkle release and then static guard, especially in the cooler months. But you know, sometimes you get very staticky and your clothes start sticking to you, and it even works on a hairbrush for your hair. Just saying.
I love it. All right, I'll tell you what, Diane's got great information. You can find everything you need to know on her website. It's DianeGottsman.com. She's with the Protocol School of Texas, PSOTX.com. And the phone number, if you've got questions, it's 826-7400. Again, 826